Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Right. We've talked about uh, ulcerative colitis in the previous video. Now we'll talk briefly about Crohn disease. I've pointed out some of the differences between Crohn and ulcerative colitis in the previous video. So kindly keep those under consideration. Keep those in your mind while watching this video. Now we talked while talking about ulcerative colitis. We said that ulcerative colitis is a continuous disease. So basic difference in this aspect of the disease is that Crohn is not a continuous disease usually. It when it affects the large bowel, and it may also affect the small bowel as well. When it affects the large bowel, there are lesions that are termed as skip lesions. By skip lesions, we mean that a certain portion of the bowel gets affected, then there's a spared area, and then another area. This is different from ulcerative colitis, where we saw that there was continuous involvement. Now, when we talk about gross morphology, these pictures highlight some of the important features of Crohn disease. Now, this picture, you can see this is a segment of bowel which um, in this region has narrowed a bit. Okay, so this happens in Crohn disease that um, certain portions of the bowel, they get narrowed, they get strictured. Um, that leads to narrowing of that particular segment of bowel and build-up of fecal material in the uh, region that is um, proximal to the site of stricture formation. So this is an area showing that narrowing of stricture formation. This gross picture shows something that is known as linear ulcers. You can see these are ulcers that are running from one end to another end. This one is one linear ulcer, another one, another one, another one. So this is another important feature of Crohn disease. Now, in the previous video, I said that ulcerative colitis generally remains confined to the surface layer, the mucosal layers of the or the inner layers of the bowel wall. This does not happen in case of Crohn. Crohn extends transmurally, that is from the surface layer through and through the muscle and till the serosa, which can, and when the disease extends from surface to deeper layers, it may lead to formation of stricture, lead to formation of a perforation, which has happened here in this specimen we are seeing. Okay, and then there is a phenomenon that is known as the creeping fat that is visible in this gross pictures. These are important, some important gross features: stricture formation, linear ulcers, transmural inflammation, and perforation, and then creeping fat. Okay, so we move on to the microscopy. When we talk about microscopy of Crohn, there are some of the features that are similar to ulcerative colitis. One being that there is crypt architectural distortion. You can see here there are different variable size and shapes and of the crypts. There is surrounding dense inflammation. You can see in this photomicrograph the inflammation is here. This blue is the inflammatory chronic inflammatory infiltrate, predominantly the lymphocytes. There may be plasma cells as well, which is in some cases an important diagnostic feature. But chronic inflammatory infiltrate, lymphocytes, plasma cells in this region, here, and this is the disease process is extending downwards to the deeper aspects of the bowel wall. So this is different from ulcerative colitis. In this photomicrograph, they are showing a granuloma. A very important microscopic feature of Crohn disease is that there is formation of non-caseating granulomas. Now, the word non-caseating is important because caseating granulomas are features is a feature of tuberculosis. So, if there are caseating granulomas, it's most likely going to be tuberculosis. But if they are caseating granulomas, but if we see non-caseating granulomas like this one here, this is a collection of histiocytes. If we see a non-caseating granuloma, it is likely to be Crohn disease when we're talking about the GI tract. So, cryptarchitectural distortion, transmural inflammation, um, and non-caseating granulomas are very important features that distinguish it from uh, ulcerative colitis. Okay, particularly the non-caseating granuloma, sorry, and the transmural inflammation. Crypt architectural distortion we saw that can be seen in both cases. Both are chronic diseases. Okay, so these are the most important features. Uh, Please let me know if you have any questions.